Okay. Now we're going to go over slope between 2 points. A lot of you guys have been having some difficulty with this. So, if you have 2 points, let's say I have these 2 points here, 5, -9, -2, and 12. If I have these 2 points here, to find the slope between the 2 points, what you're really looking for is, if I'm at one point, how do I get to the other point? How far over do I go? How far up do I go to get from here to here? That's what you're looking for when you're looking for slope. You're looking for the rise and the run. How far over, how far up or down. So, in order to do that, there's a simple formula we use. The formula is this. y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. That has to equal the slope. So, the y values always go on top. If you sometimes get this confused, simply try to remember this. Your slope is rise over run. Most of you have no problem remembering this. Rise over run. Well, remember, which variable goes up and down for the rise? The y or the x? The y. Since the y value goes up and down, that's the rise. Since the x value goes back and forth, that's the run. So it's always y on top, x on the bottom. Now, in your points, in case you sometimes forget, your values go in alphabetical order. It goes x, y, x, y. Okay? Write that in a different color. So x, y, x, y. And since these two are part of the first point, I'll call that x1 and y1. Since these two belong to the second point, I'll call that x2 and y2. Okay? So, when I want to plug these in, it will look like this. y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. That's going to equal my slope. So, I'll take my x's. Actually, let me color coordinate this really quick. Might make it easier for some of you to follow. I'll put the y values in blue. So, when I do y1 minus y2, that's -9 minus 12. And then, my x values, 5 minus -2. 5 minus -2. From here, -9 minus 12 will give me -21. Over 5 minus -2, this gives me 5 plus 2, which gives me 7. If your slope can be reduced, you must reduce it. 21 over 7 is just 3. So this is going to equal -3. Okay? So let me put one on the board. You try it. So I'll give you 15, -8, and 7, -2. Now, if you need to hit pause so you can get some time to work on it, go for it. And then come right back. So I was going to start solving it here. y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2. Again, these are my x's, these are my y's. So, on the top, y1 minus y2, -8 minus -2, -8 minus -2. On the bottom, my x2. 15 minus 7. So this will give me negative 8 plus 2, which gives me negative 6. And then on the bottom, 15 minus 7 is just 8. From there, my answer can be reduced, so I need to reduce it. This is going to give me negative 3/4. So my slope is negative 3/4. Now, a problem that seems to be giving a lot of you guys some difficulty is when I do this. When I give you 2 points, and I leave a variable for one of the points. So I'll call this n, I'll call this 10, I'll call this negative 3, and I'll call this 2. And what I want you to do, find the value of n that will give me a slope of, 4. So I want a value of n right now that will give me a slope of 4. Actually, let's change that. 4 will be too easy for this one. Let's change it to 9. All right? Now, most of you get stuck on this and you're not sure what to do. All you're doing is the same thing you did when I gave you 2 points and you found the slope. You're just going to take the numbers and plug them in. So you're still doing y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And this has to equal the slope. Right now, the formula is made up of 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4 numbers and a variable. 3 numbers plus this one, so there's my 4 numbers and a variable. Plug the numbers in where they belong, and then solve the equation. So, y1 minus y2, that's 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2. x1 minus x2, n minus negative 3. N minus negative 3. And that has to equal m, my slope, 9. Okay? From here, simplify anything that can be simplified. 10 minus 2, that's just going to give me 8 over, this would become a plus, n plus 3 equal to, I'm going to put a 1 underneath this, 9 over 1. Now, it is just a fraction equal to a fraction. Cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you're going to get 8 equal to 9 times all of this. That's 9n plus 27. From there, solve the equation. Minus 27 minus 27. When I subtract 27 from both sides, over here I'm going to get negative 19 equal to 9n. After that, divide both sides by 9. Coming back over here. So when I divide by 9, I'm going to get negative 19 divided by 9 is what n is equal to. You can turn it back into a mixed number. That gives you negative 2 and 1x. Okay? So hopefully there won't be any more questions on how to solve that. That should be pretty straightforward.